Hey, I'm Andy. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video from Sungrand Studios titled "Okay, Ubisoft, We Need to Talk." And this one's about Assassin's Creed Shadows. And from what I've read lately, they just kept doing, I don't know, what was sort of like insensitive stuff. And then just like, it just shows that they just have, I don't know, like a lack of care in their game. Because I seen their trailer and I've also seen other videos about talking about this too, but the trailer just showed like just stuff that shouldn't be in a trailer, like clipping issues, horses that can't walk properly. So yeah, I don't know what he's gonna talk about in this film. So I guess we'll see.
Thank you for joining me. In this video, I will explain the current state of Ubisoft in the games industry
It's
and the
not good.
events and trends in the industry that have led to this outcome. Many events have transpired regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows from Ubisoft. Most recently, Ubisoft has cancelled its scheduled participation in the Tokyo Game Show, taking place between September 26
I
to
don't even think
September
they said
29.
why.
Ubisoft has also reportedly cancelled the distribution of press preview copies of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft has made public merchandise for Assassin's Creed Shadows depicting a destroyed Torii Gate to
Yep.
celebrate the diverse characters of the software title in question.
It's like surely someone at Ubisoft should have figured it out, right? That the one leg Tory is just a symbol of the bombing, right? It's just like why would you put that as like a statue to promote your game? It's so bad. And then like previously, I think they like had some stuff where the kanji was wrong, and then there was like a replica sword that was actually just copied off Zoro from One Piece. So yeah, it's just like it's stuff that they should have seen, or stuff that they could have easily avoided. I think right with their resources. Like if this was like an indie developer and then they decided to put out merch and then they like accidentally do, because like they wouldn't know, like I mean I would hope they would know, but they did like the statue with the one like Tory, then it's like I still wouldn't like it, but it's like I'm willing to give them more leniency compared to like a studio like massive as Ubisoft. It's just they just keep messing up so many I don't know.
The image of a destroyed Torii Gate evokes the memory of destruction caused by the atomic bomb
Yeah,
detonating in Nagasaki during World War II. Now,
that's
you
just
may
so
be forgiven for
insensitive.
not knowing this. If you are not a Japanese person, if you are a Westerner, it is not beyond reason for you to be unfamiliar with this important cultural information.
Yeah, that's true.
However, if you claim to represent Japanese culture and history,
Yeah.
if you claim to be a diversity consultant or history expert, you have failed at your job disastrously on a fundamental level.
I don't know what like diversity. I don't know what like diversity has to do with this. It's just they I remember they did claim they had like consultants, like historical consultants, and that should be, they should be fired. Like diversity aside, the people that said they were historical consultants and like they know their historical stuff, they yeah, that's, I don't know.
And it is clear you are ill-suited to working in this professional capacity. It was the job of diversity consultants, supposed history experts, and
Yeah,
entire
suppose.
development teams comprised of diverse, inclusive individuals to save the world with their virtuous crusade.
Didn't they show like a picture of their staff, and it was I don't know like the exact percentage, but wasn't it like 90% white females that worked on this game? Yeah, there could be some males in there, but from what I remember, it was like majority white and female. Or am I thinking of the wrong? Am I thinking of the wrong photo?
But what good have they done so far? Is the world any more united or accepting since their crusade began?
Well, yes, but they're more united. I don't think it's because of them, but nowadays it seems like they're united against like the people like can't stand bad games anymore. So they're united on that front, and they're actually voting with their wallets. Like take for example like Concord. That's people voted with their wallets, but then then you bring the question like how many people actually knew Concord came out. But I mean, it did not do well, and yeah, I wonder what the launch numbers are gonna be for this game. I was like, on one hand, it is a known IP, the Assassin's Creed series. Like people know that, so they might just buy it because of the name. But then, like, how many? It's like the No Man's Sky. Like, how many people will actually pay attention to like these trailers, these reviews? So it'll be interesting to see the launch numbers.
It has become increasingly clear to the world that these individuals are failing on even the most basic level, not just as game developers, but as well-adjusted and decent human beings. What can we learn from this situation? How did this outcome eventuate? There are three very important lessons we must learn from Ubisoft's failures here.
Okay.
Through Ubisoft's fall, the rest of the games industry can learn and perform course corrections where necessary.
Okay.
First, the management in charge of Ubisoft's brand development and marketing lacks the vision and ability to run a multi-million-dollar company sufficiently. Insufficient management is something we are seeing across numerous entertainment industries today.
That's true.
As we
I
watch
think.
major
Yeah.
brands and companies sabotage their own commercial viability. Second,
Because they're trying to appeal to that. I don't know the exact percentage. Is a small percent. They're trying to appeal to that small percentage, trying to get money out of that group. But in doing so, they're just alienating the larger piece of the pie, if that makes any sense.
in regards to Assassin's Creed Shadows, the usage of diversity consultants failed to sufficiently provide anything of value to the end product, thus creating an added cost to the development budget with negative benefit. The usage of diversity consultants in this game resulted in a product that neither accurately nor appropriately addresses the topics which it claims are its points of value and most meaningful features, and
Historical
instead
accuracy.
caused harm to our cultural landscape and inflicted insult upon the people of Japan. Third, in regard to Assassin's Creed Shadows and other major titles either launched or announced recently, development teams comprised of diverse individuals who are only allowed to be female or identify with special pronouns are producing products that fail to meet the most basic level of
Yeah, sorry for the apology. Like it just seems weird, right? I can't be the only one that thinks that, right? Like, if you want to put out a good game, hire talented people, regardless of what they identify as. Like, if they're male, they're female, they're trans. Like, if they're good at their job, then I mean, if they're looking for the job, then hire them. Why? It's like hiring just because of their gender is just, and not because of their skill set, just seems. It seems like it's just set up for. It's like doomed to fail.
competence.
And we've seen it.
Ubisoft and other large development companies are running mentorship programs and conducting hiring practices specifically to exclude males, and are only hiring very specific kinds of individuals. While there may be individuals out there working in good faith who are appropriate for the role in which they function, these mentorship and hiring practices are bringing a specific group of people to flood the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I need to look at that.
Ubisoft and similar companies
To
are
see how
building their
bad it
teams
is.
using radicalized extremists who grew up and live day to day in an internet echo chamber of hatred, where they celebrate destroying the lives of people based on gender and personal views.
Wasn't that like how Concord was? Like their whole studio was in like I've been reading like the whole studio was like in a toxic positivity workspace, and there's a lot of in certain cities that believe this echo chamber, and everything that goes against this echo chamber is just you're the enemy basically, and it's not that simple. Like there's stuff that can go both ways. Like there's always like a gray area, or not always, but there in a lot of situations there is like a gray area. So
using marginalized
actually, I'm
groups
gonna
of
go back.
people based on gender and personal views, and using marginalized people as human shields to protect themselves from criticism. These people are not capable of ever accepting that they are wrong. These
That's
people
true.
are not capable of growing and improving. And these people will not be performance reviewed as they take 8 years and $400 million to produce a
Concord.
product that
It's
became
Concord.
nothing more than a noose around the neck of its publisher.
Yeah.
These people have clearly shown themselves to lack the life experience needed to create meaningful art, and the competence to make a functional product that does not spit in the face of its customers. But how can they gain life experience? How can they learn meaningful lessons from their lives when they are so busy sitting at home posting 63 tweets every day? That does take a tremendous amount of effort. Are these the people you want to teach your kids about tolerance and understanding?
No.
People
Because they're like from what I see, their views on like being tolerant has to do a lot with being intolerant. Like, uh, I don't like I can't even like name an example off the top of my head, but it's like they want to be as like they claim to be as open as possible, but then once one thing that they don't agree with, then they just dismiss completely and just be like I mentioned this before, but like, they're just like intolerant of it. But it's I don't know why. Like if it can't be like just be like there has to be like studies on like why that happens, right? It's not. I don't think it's just like an echo chamber. It's just it's frustrating sometimes.
who throw
Very
tantrums and
frustrating.
cry when they receive even the most basic workplace feedback? Are these the people you want to share your workplace with?
No.
People who actively set out to destroy your life if you don't blindly parrot their supremacist ideological views?
Yep. No.
These people do not care about other people, despite the fact that
They also don't care about the the games that are meant to be made for them too, as shown by Concord.
claim to represent an ever-growing list of checkboxes. They are so far self-absorbed in their own world of self-congratulation, they cannot see the harm they are causing to the world around them and the destruction they bring to the industries in which they have taken jobs which they are clearly ill-suited for. The problem is not budget. The problem is not bigotry. The problem is not diversity. The problem is incompetent people who lack life experience and any understanding of the actual world in which we live. The problem is ill-willed individuals being handed roles in entertainment industries, taking away opportunities from people who are significantly better suited for those roles.
Yeah.
Ubisoft has blatantly communicated.
I mean, to be fair, like on the other side, if there's these game companies that have this talented workforce that produce great games that aren't festered with political ideologies and trying to appease the small percent, but like, because not all developers are good. Like in a technical sense, right? Like there's some that just graduated, and there's some that are veterans in the industry. So like, where would the beginner, where did like the new ones go? They had to go somewhere, and either that or just start up their own indie stuff and publish on their own terms, I guess. but it's just interesting to see like how is it. I don't know how to put this, but let's just keep
Out
going.
of touch and dishonest messaging in regards to backlash from Japan and the global community. Ubisoft has employed the use of bots in an attempt to build a false sense of positivity toward their marketing material and attack people online who bring to light Ubisoft's incompetence and insults toward Japan.
Yeah, is that what I've seen? Like every criticism I've seen that's valid against Assassin's Creed Shadows was met by the ones that are Ubisoft in the fandom. Is it's like they're just gonna say that you're racist just because of Yasuke, right? Even like I forgot the YouTube channel, but I did see one where they review the trailer. It's like this guy and his wife review it drunk, and then they were like mentioning how the game has religious symbols that they don't have permission to put in. I mean, they claim that they don't have permission to put in. There's also incorrectly used symbols, and the fact that the symbols on the banners are cut off, which would have never happened in real life because they want to see the full image, not just part of the symbol that's cut. Yeah, it's an interesting video. Maybe like I think they've done multiple. Maybe I should react to that one.
Ubisoft's stock
really
value
interesting.
continues to plummet. If high-level management does not change, if the hiring practices and development teams do not change, this stock devaluation trend will continue, and Ubisoft will fall. To my fellow game developers and publishers out there, allow me to reassure you and share my confidence with you.
Okay.
No matter how much a diversity consultant threatens you, you have nothing to fear. As long as you focus on producing good games that you care about and you're passionate about, we, your fellow gamers, will have your back and we will support you.
Yeah,
We've got
if the game is fun, then like people will play it if the game is fun.
you.
Oh, look at
And if
Astrobot,
any of
right?
those diversity consultants threaten you again, you tell me about it and I'll handle it.
Oh,
To my fellow gamers, I must humble myself as I make a request of you. I cannot
Okay.
tell you what to do. I can only ask. And I ask this. Please be careful with friendly fire. Women are not the problem.
no,
Gay people are not the problem.
no.
People of color are not the problem.
Which is funny because they're trying to paint it as if you're against like a particular studio or like a particular game, then that's why. When that's clearly not the case.
These are your fellow gamers, your people. They are on your side and we are all in this together. The problem is incompetence and bad human beings. It is that simple. And lastly, I want to thank you. Thank you all for getting comfortable. Thank you for getting comfortable not owning Ubisoft's games.
Oh, that's over. Yeah, that was a good video. Well, I have a confession to make. I do own, what was it, the Crew Motorfest? Yeah. I think that is the only recent Ubisoft game I own. I know I have like the Assassin's Creed games. I don't know. I think what was the last Odyssey? I think Odyssey was the last one, and even then I think I got that at a discount. But I think the last full price one I paid for was the Crew Motorfest, just because if you see my like gaming channel, I like to play racing games here and there, and like one of my favorite genres is racing games. I'll play any type of racing games. I'll give it a try. So yeah, it's just the game is not bad. It's, if I were to compare it, out of the three of the genre that I played, it will be the Forza Horizon 4 or 5, the Forza Horizon series, the Crew Motorsport, and then the Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Solar Crown's not great. compared to the other two. And then for the mid, I would put the Crew. But then my favorite out of the three would have to be the Forza Horizon series. But yeah, that is the only Ubisoft game that I have recently. Other than that, yeah, I don't plan on buying. I don't plan on buying Shadows at all. Like if I'm given a copy from whatever source, like a friend, or like if I get like a, yeah, if I like from a friend, I will play it, but I won't buy it. Just there's just so many things wrong that could have been easily fixed, or like just a small amount of research would have fixed a lot of things, at least on the physical side. On the technical side and the gameplay side, is it's just graphic. Like how do you show clipping, like the sword when they're sheathing the sword, you can see it clip through the sheath. That should not be in the trailer, right? Like you would think for a trailer you would want to you want to show the best parts of the game, or like the most fun parts of the game. But then you're just showing like horses that can't walk, clipping issues, objects that are frozen in the air for whatever reason, which I've seen through that YouTube video I mentioned before about where the married couple was reviewing the trailer. So yeah, that I have more thoughts about this, but I'm rambling on. I'm rambling too long. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.